This makeup tutorial is for women over 50 who want a quick, minimal makeup that will give them beautiful, lasting results. I am going to use just these products. This is an eyelash curler, which everyone needs, or not everybody, but I need. One brush, a mascara, a gel for your eyebrows, and a lip gloss. And then everything that you need is in this customizable to you palette. Now I picked the colors that work for my skin tone. I have a brightener, a color corrector, my main shade, and a contour. And then on the bottom, I have a bronzer, illuminator, a darker sort of satin lip and cheek, and then a gloss because I love a gloss. So if you're ready, let's get to a very easy, quick makeup application that you're going to love. First things first, I need to get my hair back, so let's do that and then we will get started. I am only going to use one brush for today. This is the blush and bronzer brush. It's got a very soft, round, dense head right here, and then it's got a fluffier end right here. And you're probably wondering, whoa, wait a minute. You're only going to use one brush with all those colors? Yes, it's amazing. You're going to use your fingers for the application and you're going to blend with this. Now I have done this method with another brush called the multitasker brush, which is right here. And I will link that down here, that video, if you want to see how to do the same method with a brush like this. You can do the same thing with this. You could use a smudge brush like this. There's plenty of ways to do this application with another brush, but I want to keep it really, really simple. I have gotten a lot of requests from women who are traveling. I have a woman that's going on safari, so she doesn't want to wear a lot of makeup, but she wants to look good and she doesn't want to pack a lot. I have a woman that's going on a cruise that asked me about makeup. I have a lady going on a beach trip and she wants a really light, minimal makeup that's just going to enhance how she looks, minimize the things that she doesn't love, and she wants it to be carry-on only. So everything that I have here is perfect for that. It's also perfect for every day, going to work, going out to dinner, however you like to do and be and what have you. So for me, this is how I started with this makeup, and it is how I still continue to use and apply the makeup. Sometimes I like to use other brushes, but for this instance, we're just gonna go really simple. My face is already primed. So I've washed my face, I have put on my moisturizer. At this point, you wanna make sure that if you're wearing SPF, that your SPF has been applied and it has sunk into your skin. So I'm just gonna walk through every single step, and I'll have markers along this video so that you can follow along or jump ahead or come back and follow along, pause, go to the next one and the next one as you're doing your makeup with me. So let's get going. You can have a small palette like this. This is an 8, or you could do something bigger like this if you prefer. But for today, all we need is this. So like I said, my hands are clean. My palette is the 8 palette. I'm going to start with the first color, which is my brightener highlight. I'm going to use my finger. I like to go in with my ring finger because it is the lightest finger and has the least amount of muscle, so you're not going to pull up too much product. And this color is going to be the lightest color in your palette, and you're just going to dab it in these places on your face. The next color is your color corrector, and for me this is mango, and I'm just going to dot it in the places that I need color correcting, and that's anything that's red, dark spots, maybe you have melasma. I have a little redness down here, and I want to put a little bit like right here, and let me do a little bit like that. So I have a little scar right there. So that is the second color, the color corrector. Now the third color is my main shade, and that's going to go sort of everywhere else that I want color, like right down here, like this. And then I can put a little bit right here. And the key to this makeup is one color in one place. So those are my first 3 colors. My 4th color is my contour, and this is gonna add dimension and shadows on my face. And so I'm just gonna dot this along my forehead like that, because I wanna make sure that I add a shadow right here into my high forehead. And then I'm just gonna pull my hair back like this. And you can either dot it or you could do a line, but for this instance, I like to do like a little line like right here at the base of my cheekbone. So I'm gonna do a little bit like that. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I have been holding this palette the whole time. I haven't even put it down. And then for this, I'm gonna take a little bit of the contour. I am actually gonna put the palette down. I'm gonna rub them together between my fingers so I have a little bit of contour on each side. I'm just gonna go down my nose like this, and whatever's left, I'm just gonna put it on the end, just like that. And then I like to put a little bit on my jawline right here. So same contour. This is my 4th color, just along my jawline like that. Now you wanna make sure you skip right here and right here, because this is where the jowls are. And if you can see, I've got a wrinkle and an indentation here, and I don't wanna put a darker color here and here to make that recede more. And then I'm gonna do a little bit right here. So those are the first 4 colors on the top of my palette. Now I'm going to go to the 5th color. The 5th color is, and now you can rearrange these in whatever order you like, but this is the order that I like to do it, and it makes sense to me. And these are all colors and tints that can pop out, and you can replace them or you can move them around, and you can change colors as you wish. This is the bronzer. Now I want to warm up my face just a little bit, so I'm just going to go a little bit like right in here to add a little warmth, and you'll see when I blend it in. And then I want to put a little bit like right here in between these dots, just to add a little warmth, and like this right in here. And I am kind of layering these colors just a little bit in here, but that's okay. And then the next color is my Illuminator, and I like to put a little, now my hair is getting in the way, sorry about that. And here, I like to put Illuminator here, here, and here. And then I am gonna go and take my Lip and Chic. This is Hollywood, and I'm gonna kind of put it in between. I need to pick a little more of that up. Like this, and like this. Like that. And then I can take the same, what's left on my finger, put it on my lips like that. And then I have a lip gloss right there. The one thing I didn't do, and I'm wiping the pink, whatever was left on my finger, off my hand. The one thing that I didn't do, which I want to go back and do, and I wanted to point this out, is I like to take my brightest color and my color corrector and just dot it on my eyelids like that. So I'm just going to go in and do that, like a little bit of each. And this is going to help minimize the redness and the discoloration on my eyelids. So that's it. So that is everything in my palette except for the lip gloss, which I can add right now. So we have everything on my lips. I mean, on my face, excuse me. So there you go. So there is everything. And I didn't time it, but I know that this is very quick and very fast. And then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your blush and bronzer brush. This is a great brush. It's got 2 ends. This end is a nice, dense, round bristle, and it's gonna create a beautiful, seamless application of your cream foundation. And I like to start at the bottom. Now, if you want more makeup or you want more color in here, you could add more, but I really like a light, thin application. Just make sure that you're pushing it into your skin and you're creating a very soft, even application. And I like to do lightest kind of darkest. So I'm gonna hold my lips together like that. Go in here and like that. Now do my eyes, hold my hair back. I should have done a better job with that. Oh my God. And then this is meant to give you a little lift right here around your eyes. Just push it lightly into your skin. And then I like to go in here and then down my nose. And I'll get to the contour in a minute, don't worry. And you can see how that's lightly blending. And then I'm gonna go up here And make sure that when you do the blending of the contour that you don't have those little dots left over, because they are a darker color. I did wash and blow dry my hair today, so it's really soft, and these little bangs want to pop down. And you can see how that gives a gorgeous color. So then I'm gonna just take the contour up like this. And again, I'm still using the same brush, and I'm gonna come in and do the blush. And again, it's a pushing, sort of blending of the colors. Blend up the contour into my cheek like this, and then blend all of this together. And I like to go over my nose. Don't forget, you did a little bit on your nose. So you want to make sure you blend that up into your nose to add that shadow on your nose. Don't forget down here. And I like to do whatever's left to kind of go over, because you had a little bronzer on there. So, and then don't forget, you have the last thing is the contour on your neck, and you just want to make sure you blend that. The great thing about this is that it is warm to your skin, so it's going to be really easy to blend at this point. If you're worried, you could take a spray like the Plush Prep Mist, spray it all over your face and then blend. But again, this is easy, quick makeup and less products. And especially, you may not want to travel with a liquid, even though this is the size for TSA. You could put this in a smaller spray bottle if you wanted to, but that's just sort of like an extra tip. So that is everything for my face. And I think it's all blended in if I did the right amount. So there's everything. I've primed my eyes. I've created this beautiful canvas, and all I need to do now is I want to go in with my brow gel. And I think this is really important so that your brows stay where you want them. And I love this little brow gel because it's small, it's easy to throw in a little tiny pouch with your makeup, and it'll last you for your trip. And then it's a sort of a dual thing. Instead of bringing like a spoolie or some brow wax, it's just great to have this little brow gel. And then I like to do my brows. So for me, I always bring a eyelash curler. Now, you may not need or want an eyelash curler, but this is just one of those things that I love and I've always used is an eyelash curler. I thought I had these stubby eyelashes, but turns out they're not as stubby, because once I discovered the eyelash primer and then putting the mascara on top, it was game changer. So for me, I would add in the eyelash primer. You can use the mirror that's right here on your compact or your palette. I want to quickly do this little eyeshadow hack with you. If you've seen any of my videos, you see I do this a lot. If you are traveling and again, you only have these colors, or maybe you even have one of the bigger palettes, what I like to do is, before I do my mascara, I sometimes do it after because I forget, but go into my Illuminator and just add a little Illuminator all over my lid like this, just like that. And on the other side, don't forget the other. And then what I'll do is you can either go into your bronzer or you can go into your contour as an eyeshadow. But today I kind of feel like the contour. And so I'm going to take my finger again, just add the contour, just like a little eyeshadow. You can look up and do it a little bit under. Now again, I'm not using a brush for this. If you are worried and you wanted to do this with a brush because you're worried that it'll not be as good as using a brush with your finger, you can always, like I said, bring something like a smudge brush like this. That's not so big. You can add that in your bag. And you could use this as well as your, actually I need a little more, I think, on this side. Even it out. So there's that. And then what I'm gonna do is, because I like the primer, you do not have to get a primer, a lash primer. This lengthens your eyelashes, but I'm kind of loving it ever since I started using it. So I'm gonna add this to my lashes because I love how it lengthens and makes them a little bit more stand up or show up a little bit more, I should say. Okay, so just like that. And then you've got to let it dry for a minute. So you can do that. right? Now, if you feel like you need more, you can always go in and add a little bit more blush. If you feel like you want a little more, sometimes I do, because sometimes I feel like when I blend it, it just needs a little bit more, but you don't have to do that. You can also select any colors that you want for lip and cheeks, illuminators. You could do a different bronzer if you wanted. The things that really you need to stick with are the colors that are matched to your skin tone. So at least your brightener, your color corrector, your main shade, and then the right contour for you. All of those things can be figured out for you, personalized to you by me if you want a color match. So I will link the color match below. All that means is you send in your selfie in the right light, follow the directions, and I'll get back to you with the right colors for your skin tone. It's that easy. Okay, so I think I've given it enough time, and now we're done. Do our mascara, and let me come in and do that. And I like to look down. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara right now, but I love the one from Seint. I think that one's a great one. The Velvet, I don't know, I like to try different mascaras, and this is the one I'm using right now. It's just easy. It was right here, and this is actually what I take with me when I go on vacation. So that's it. So if you were looking for a quick, easy, minimal makeup, but with lasting results that are going to be beautiful, this is a great option. So again, it's the one palette, cream foundation, 8 colors, just like this. You could always go bigger if you want more options, more lip and cheeks, or if you do want eyeshadows or anything like that. So those are all the products that I just used, and this is the final result. I've only used the number 8 palette, that's 8 colors. I have not even actually put on the lip gloss, but these are all the things that I would pack in my bag if I were going on a safari, on a beach vacation, if I was traveling. This is actually how I like to travel because it's minimal, it's simple, and it's quick, and you get great results. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you are looking for. If there's any videos that you would like to see, if you have any questions, if you'd like a color match, I'll link all of that below. Everything I used is down below in the description. And check out all the other videos on my channel. I've got hair and makeup for women over 50. So thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.